Hello, Jess Too Good here. Happy Throwback Thursday. Today we're taking a look at a LEGO Star Wars 2005 set, Clone Scout Walker. This was released with Revenge of the Sith stuff back in 2005 when the movie first came out. And let's open this up since this is an unopened set. Ooh, this is a little bit of a tight... Oh my gosh, I destroyed the box. But the box was always kind of destroyed. Alright, so let's pour everything out. And you can see everything comes in these two bags, and then you got your little instruction booklet. So here's the Clone Scout Walker. Now let's take a look at that minifigure. So here is the Clone Trooper of the set, and this one with the little Rebel sign right there is actually an exclusive figure to this set that has not appeared in any other set. It's kind of interesting. I don't know what they were going for here, but you can see those nice little red markings that make it exclusive. And this is an older style Clone Trooper, so how this actually works is you can see right through the helmet right there, and the face underneath is just a plain black head, and that kind of is used for the eye part right there with the black. Nowadays it would be just kind of molded and painted on with the black, so that's kind of interesting how that works out. So here is the Clone Scout Walker, and this little sucker is a pretty well-designed vehicle for 2005. I actually really like how this came out because it has lots of nice curves to it, and it doesn't look like something that came out from 2005. It looks like something that could have came out a year or two ago. Now the design up top looks like it's top heavy, and I guess it sort of is, but you could actually have a lot of posability with the legs. Like if I push it forward like this, it'll still hold up, or I guess not. It was holding up earlier, let's see. Okay, there you go. That works like that. And it's kind of cool how this is built because there's a lot of parts that are just built on top of each other instead of, say, like studs stacked on top of each other. Like, for example, this little clip is clipped to this gunner up here, which that is put inside this little Technic piece. And this whole front part is moved with this little Technic piece, and you can actually move it around and everything like that. And speaking of which, this front piece right here is actually a printed piece, which looks pretty cool. And that's hinged, so you can move it around. And the little cockpit area, of course, fits our little Clone Trooper. And he has 4 studs to lay on right there, and he has a handlebar. And there's nothing really that's loose here. And I have experience with a lot of these 2005 sets that there's a lot of pieces that are loose once you play around with it. But I played around with this a little bit, and there was nothing that was falling off, so that's really good. Now, if you go to the legs, which are a nice design, as I showed earlier, you could get different poses out of them, but you got to be a little bit careful because some are a little bit more top heavy than others, and you'll end up falling over. Looks like this one might be. Let's see if we can straighten up a little bit and get this pose out. There you go, that one works too. So you got a lot of different poses there. That's some nice playability. Now on the bottom, I like how they kind of use these pieces as legs because I usually see those pieces as more near the cockpit design or something like that. But here they use them just as legs, and I think that actually works very well. So yeah, that is really it for this little Clone Scout Walker. I think this is a very cool design that has a lot of play functions out of it, just in terms of posability and stuff. And it's very well ahead of its time, I feel like, for the 2005 era. Anyways, let's take a look at the box, and we'll go on to final verdict. Here's the box. On the back, you can see some alternate builds, which look kind of cool. This one's like a little Jedi Starfighter, so that's pretty cute. Here are the instructions, which, if you go to the end, it shows some of those 2005 LEGO Star Wars sets. I don't have much opinions on these, so I don't really know what to say. I actually have this set from way back in the day. I also have the Vader transformation, which is this one right here. But you can see this is really the lineup they had for Revenge of the Sith. I don't know if I really want any of those either. And they have those little alternate builds that we saw on the box. Now let's go on to the final verdict. So overall, this makes me want to take a look at more Walker-type vehicles from classic LEGO Star Wars. I don't know if you'll consider 2005 classic LEGO Star Wars, but I always assumed they were just top-heavy and very unstable, but this one's pretty darn stable for what it is. I'm really impressed by it. So that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I guess next Throwback Thursday will be a Fabuland set. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.